Okay, Shalom Israel. This is ISUPK under Commander General Yohanan. We started 1 West 125th Street Hall in New York. And this is the Wednesday night law class. Here to teach all Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indian men, women, and child the truth according to the Bible. As we see, Blacks and Hispanics, we need to be saved, right? We need salvation. We need redemption. We need justice. And it all starts with this book right here, man. So this book right here, the Bible. This is our history book. This is, a history book about our ancestors, our people. You understand? And this is the living book, like the only book, for us, for Blacks and Hispanics, to tell where we come from, and give us a reason why we're in the condition that we're in, and also a reason, or a solution to fix all our problems in our community. I'm gonna give an example, right? Sex is marriage according to the Bible. So if we implement that within our community, that would end the Maury show, like just straight up and down. That would literally end the Maury show. There wouldn't be no more Maury if sex was marriage. There wouldn't be no baby daddies and baby mamas for the most part. It'll end all that. Brotherhood, like when Christ came on the earth, he really implemented brotherhood. You understand? So if we just do thus saith the Lord, and there wouldn't be no more issues. The black on black crime would go down dramatically. Will be next to nothing. So therefore, man, this book right here, man, this is our laws, these are statutes. This is like our Constitution, right? And the situation that we're in, if we look at ourselves, right, we'll see like we're getting attacked. Our women are getting attacked. That's why you got like the Sexy Reds, the Mega the Stallions. They're promoting being a 304. And that's promoted, whereas a woman who talking about, keeping her clothes on, like the Jill Scotts and all that, like that's not really promoted. Look at our black men, we're being attacked. You know what I'm saying? Like drill music, meaning, unalive your brother. That's way more popular than, the building a nation, like the conscious rap. So that's an attack within itself. You turn on the radio, the 10 out of 10 songs are going to be about unaliving your brother, as far as the men. And 10 out of 10 songs are going to be how a woman she hot girl, she got too many men and all that. That never worked. And it ain't been working. And what we say, like if something ain't working and you continue to do it, that's signs of a mental illness. That's like running into a brick wall and think you're gonna run through it or something. You keep doing the same things, expecting a different result. That's insanity. You're insane. You should. So all Black and Hispanics, we clearly insane. That's why we need salvation, man. We really need salvation. I'm gonna show you who salvation is for. So how we gonna get it, who our enemies is real quick. You know what I'm saying? But first, we're gonna prove to y'all that we're the Israelites. Like, most of us here are Black people being Israelites. There's many different books. So I got one I'm gonna bring out here in a second. This is from Babylon to Timbuktu. It's a good read. Everything in here ain't 100% solid, right? As far as like names and dates, but this is a historical book. Like everything in here ain't just 100, meaning like the names of people or whatnot. But in this book, though, there's a lot of jewels, and it's come from Black men and doing his travels. We're gonna, we're gonna bring something out in this book, and then I'm gonna tie it off into the Bible, right? So let's get it right now. Remember, we need to be saved, right? I'm gonna prove something real quick. Let me see. Cut real quick. Hold on. Real quick. Is this one? No, that ain't it. Hold on. Let's see if I'll see this right here. And for TikTok, I'm gonna show y'all too. We're gonna read the highlighted parts. So this is page 84 from Babylon to Timbuktu. I'm just gonna read it for y'all TikTok. I'm gonna show you real quick. I got a couple other books, but I got more topics to cover. But this is this part right here from Babylon to Timbuktu. Right there. And I'm gonna read it You know, if you can screenshot or whatever. This is one thing to prove that we're the Israelites, right? So I'm gonna read it, and then I'm gonna tie it off into the Bible. It says, in the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. Now, this is a historical fact. Y'all can literally look this up. Look it up. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a Christian pastor. No, I'm an Israelite, and I can teach the Bible way better than your Christian pastor because the Bible is a historical book. How, real quick, before I continue reading, if you had a book on Hinduism, could a Jamaican break that down better than a Chinaman? No. This is a black man's book. It's for us and by us. So a black man, an Israelite, not an African, they're black. Those descendants of slaves, an Hispanic man, you know what I'm saying, a native Indian. It's our book. But I'm going to continue reading. In the year 65 BC, the Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem. In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state. So in history, in 70 AD, and they got a coin. I believe it's called the Jewish Capra. I don't want to mess up the name, but it's a coin that, you know what I'm saying, that backs up this, and also just history. This is a piece of history right here. With great slaughter. So Roman came, they tried to destroy Jerusalem, the Israelites. Mind you, when Christ was walking the earth during that time, they was under Roman captivity. Rome was all in their land. You dig? So we're gonna continue. During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrageous atrocities were committed against the residue of the people. I mean, they were starving them out, blockades. It was up, right? We're gonna continue. During the period from Pompey to Julius, it had been estimated that over 1 million Jews fled into Africa. Now, mind you, let's go with what we see on TV, the lie. Like the Jews are white right now. You go to Jerusalem, you know what I'm saying, over there in Israel, they're white right now, right? So you got white folks roam. We know they was white, chasing some white folks into Africa. 1 million of them. Like, no, you won't catch them easily. Right? But they were, well, I'm going to continue reading. I ain't going to say that. Let the history speak. Over 1 million Jews fled in Africa, fleeing from Roman persecution. Roman persecution, forgive me. And slavery. The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves. The slave markets was full of black Jewish slaves. This is at the end, from Babylon to Timbuktu. See that? Highlighted parts. Look at it. So what's that saying? The Jews are black. What we've been saying for a minute. We've been saying this way longer than the Russian Putin bringing out a black Christ. We've been saying that. You can get your Bible right now. I can give you a couple verses. Black folks look fried chicken, right? Well, read Leviticus 2:7. Read that. You know what I'm saying? Black folks love chains and gold teeth. We'll go to Psalms, Psalms 1 and verse 10. They got gold teeth. Solomon had golds in his mouth. If I tell you that, ain't that a black person? Well, how about Revelations 1:1 to reveal, and then drop down to the 13th to the 15th verse. Read it yourself. This ain't made up. It's been out there. The Bible been put together for thousands of years. It's been in there. You understand? The Jews are black. Like you can, that's in the Bible, but we just got a secular source. Got a secular sources to prove that. You understand? Let me get this together. Slocking. So just wanted to prove that real quick. Now we're gonna go to the Bible. We're gonna go to the Bible. And excuse me, hold on, let me see something real quick. We can go to the Bible, go to Deuteronomy. Let me see, hold on. Let me see real quick. Let's stop sharing that. Right, now we're gonna go to, hold on, let's do it like this. I'm just trying to figure this out, so forgive me. Forgive me. Try to get this together. We're going to go Deuteronomy 28 and 68, right? Now, this is in the Bible. Deuteronomy 28 and 68. Now, mind you, we just read from Babylon to Timbuktu that the slave markets was full of black Jewish slaves. Now, that's in year 70 AD, right? So they ran into black folks, 1 million black folks ran to Africa to hide amongst other black folks, and they stayed there for thousands of years. You know what I'm saying? But then here comes the slave markets, because after 1,000 years, you know, the Romans, the Greeks, and, you know, well, the Romans, you know what I'm saying, they wanted to, came together with a plan to still sell. Then these are the Romans here. Let me back. The Romans are Americans. They just go by a different name now. Same Romans. How you know it? Look at the White House. Look at the pillars. Go to Rome. Rome's flag was an eagle. Same eagle on this flag, right? Real simple. They just try to hide who they are for real. So now here go the slave markets, and why the slave markets was full of black Jewish slaves. This is Deuteronomy 28 and 60. If you got your Bible, read along. If you got a question, type it in the chat. So this is and the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships. Now Egypt is synonymous with bondage, and let's prove that real quick before we go. I'm gonna prove that real quick. Let's prove that real quick. I'm gonna get Exodus. The Bible says, "Prove all things." Prove this real quick. So bondage. Now this is Exodus 13 and 3. And Moses said unto the people, "Remember this day in which ye came out from Egypt, out of the house of bondage." So Egypt is synonymous with slavery. You understand? Because, you know, y'all call it what, Kemet. Some of y'all call it Kemet, but in the Hebrew it's Mizraim or something like that. I might be pronouncing the name wrong, but it wasn't Egypt. Egypt was just synonymous with bondage. So we're going to go back to Deuteronomy 28 and 68. And it reads, "And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt, or bondage or slavery, again with ships." Mind you, the children of Israel walked out of Egypt, so how you going to bring a boat on dry land? You know what I'm saying? They walked up out of there. "By the way whereof I spake unto thee." So basically all it's saying is the Most High is going to bring thee into Egypt or into slavery again with ships, if we don't keep these laws, statutes, and commandments, right? "By the whereof I speak unto thee, they shall see it again no more." Meaning we, you know what I'm saying, the so-called blacks and Spanish, we ain't been over Israel since. Now, do we got small communities over there? Yeah. But I'm saying we're not ruling the land. That's our land. That's like someone living in your house. And it's because you can go over there and visit. That's your house. So you can't technically say, "Yeah, I got my house back." No. You know, so we shall see it no more. "And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies." Now, you know what I'm saying? So who sold us to? Who sold us? So-called Africans, which are enemies, to our enemies. And y'all know who they sold us to. The Bible says it's not our friends. "Sold us to our enemies for bondmen or slave men and slave women. And no man shall buy you." That word "buy you" means to redeem or get us out. We try to have Marcus Garvey. We try to have Martin Luther. We try to have Malcolm X. You know, all these black leaders try to, you know what I'm saying, quote unquote, try to, not air quotes, try to get us up out of slavery. And none could. And we still in slavery now. The difference is, it's like you whoop a dog on a chain, like, you know, beat him, and make sure, you know what I'm saying, like beat him so much, you know what I'm saying, and train him so much to where now you can take off the chain and he won't run. He won't go away. He won't go nowhere for the most part. Maybe a bad analogy, but y'all know what I mean. You train him up. Now I'm right here. I'm just going to stay right here. You dig what I'm saying? We are destroyed people, not knowing who our enemy is. Matter of fact, our enemies are ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We treat each other like an enemy more than, you know, the oppressor that we're working up under. You understand? Hold on real quick. Forgive me. So basically, you know what I'm saying? That's why we need to be saved, because we still in our house of bondage. We still in our Egypt. You know what I'm saying? And America, this is our Egypt, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Look what happened to the Native Indians. They were the first ones over here. They got almost genocide and got just a small piece of some reservations. You know what I'm saying? On the reservation. Look at the so-called black man. We destroyed. We man, you can put it. We are all types of gangs. We're all types of religions. Meaning we don't know who we are. We don't have a clue of who we are. Black man, you ask 10 black people who you are, you're gonna get a gang affiliation, a religious denomination. We don't know who we are. That's why we need to be saved. Like, that's sad. We ain't rooted into nothing. So when the wind blow, we just going anywhere to win. Wind blowing south, we just gonna be outside. I'm a this, I'm a that. This is why it's very important for us to come back to our roots, come up to our inheritance and gain that again, and realize that this Bible is for us. Like, I know, and once you tell a Black or Hispanic person that, they always, and it's a good and a bad thing. We got a big heart, but like, now we need to be smart about it, because we say the Bible's your, but well, what about? Hold on. Well, I understand. What about them people? That's another thing. Let's get us together. Then I can teach you what's up with the other people. Let me clean my house first. What person, if their house is dirty and the neighbor's house is dirty, will go to their neighbor's house and clean their house up first? No. Well, their house not in order, their bills ain't paid, but yeah, you want to help your neighbors pay his bills? No, you want to pay your stuff first. It only makes sense. And every other nation on this earth does that. Every other nation. So what we need to do is get rooted in who we are, realize that this book is ours. You know what I'm saying? This book is ours, right? Come back to these laws, statutes, commandments, you know, and build the kingdom, and build that kingdom, right? So I'm gonna show y'all some in Revelations, how we need to be saved, right? We're gonna go to Revelations. I'm gonna start at Revelations 12 and 3. I'll start there. This is Revelation 12 and 3. And we want to use the King James Version of the Bible because it's the best translation, you know, closer to because, you know, the Torah Tanakh was written in Hebrew, and the New Testament, when the Romans came, was written more like in Greek, you know. So therefore, we're going to read, show y'all something. Hebrews 12 and 3. It reads, and there appeared another woman in heaven, and behold, a great red dragon, having 7 heads and 10 horns, and 7 crowns upon his head. You know, and, you know, this is, to teach the Bible, that's why it takes a Black person to teach the Bible, because, you know, we talk spiritually anyway, like going to the crib, or that's my dog, or, you know what I'm saying, that boy off the chain. Like, that's how we talk. So when you get a carnal-minded, instead of spiritual-minded person, they're going to think Game of Thrones or something, or Lord of the Rings, 7 as a dragon. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my goodness, of 7 heads. And, you know, that's a carnal-minded individual. That's why I take Blacks and Hispanics to teach this book, because we speak the same way now. I'm gonna explain verse 3, but let me read verse 4. I'm gonna explain it all together. And his tail drew a third part of the stars of heaven, and did cast them to earth. And the dragon stood before the woman, which was ready to deliver, for to devour the child as soon as it was born. Now this is John the Revelator. He just seen a vision. Now the dragon is nations. You know what I'm saying? In the army, a dragon. It's not a flying dragon with 7 heads. The 10 horns and the 7 heads, you know what I'm saying, that represents that's like the 7 superpowers that came out of Rome. There's a whole breakdown you can give outside of this. I'm not going to sit here long, but I'm just going to tell you what we read. You know what I'm saying? That's the 7 superpowers out of Rome. And we see that America, Britain, Australia, we see them now. I'm going to break it all down. That's a whole nother breakdown, but let me stick to my topic. And horns and crowns is rulership. You know, that just makes sense, you know, because Christ was going to be the horn of Israel. You dig what I'm saying? So, and then the third of the stars cast down to earth, and the dragon stood before the woman. The woman is Israel, since I said Israel, but that's the woman. And to give birth to the child, the Christ, or the Spirit of Christ. To stop this, what's going on right now. What's the Spirit of Christ? Right now on the earth, you teaching Blacks, Hispanics, the truth according to the Bible. You know, we seeing that the Bible, Black people was all through the Bible. You understand? Vladimir Putin bringing out that Christ is Black. The Jews are Black. People bring out the Jews are Black. That wasn't on the earth, you know what I'm saying, 100 years ago. You know, since 69, through the ISUBK, we've been teaching it. You understand? But now, you know, the Spirit of Christ is on the earth. So we're going to drop that and get to, we're going to go to, we're going to get to, I think, we're going to go to Revelation 12 and 9. Hold on. I'm going to go to Revelation 12 and 9 real quick. This is just to prove that, what we need to be saved from and why. So we already know who we were sold to. In Babylon Timbuktu, we've seen this is part of history. That black Jewish, they say Jewish, but this brother, he ain't in the truth. But it was black Jews ran in Africa. Now we know what happened on the west coast of Africa called this transatlantic slave trade. We know that. That's a fact. So 2 historical points, you know what I'm saying? And then we read in the Bible in Deuteronomy that it was going to be, so the children of Israel were sold on the ships into slavery for bondmen, slave men, and women. So what race of people just think that's historically known for being sold on slave ships? You know what I'm saying? It's that simple. It's way more history too. I'm just keeping it real simple. Let's take it to the topic real quick. But this is Revelations 12 and 9. And it reads, and the great dragon cast, cast out the old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. Now, what is deception? That's the devil. The devil deceives the whole world. That's what the devil technically is, really. The old serpent. Now, I'm going to show you this is what blacks and Hispanics need to teach this book. Because what old serpent? Well, ain't the Garden of Eden? So was that a dragon in the Garden of Eden? Was Eve talking to a dragon? Let's read it again. The great dragon was cast out. That old serpent called the devil and Satan. Now, a carnal-minded person would think that a woman walking around, remember, let's go with the river of the Bible. There's no new thing under the sun. So it's the same spirit. We the same people. Technology got better, but it's the same spirit on the earth. You're the same person. You know what I'm saying? Same type of people. So you think if a snake stood up and start talking, hey, listen to me, forget your husband. Now, let's just go with the notion of the white folks teach, like, okay, yeah, it is a talking snake. So why would you trust that snake over you? Like, what did the snake do for you? You understand? Nothing. But no, ain't no talking snake. It was just a slick talking person. Because if that's the case, well, then was it a dragon? You have to admit this snake was a dragon because we're going to read it again. And the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan. You understand? Which deceiveth the whole world. Well, now the deception of the world was painting, the Son of God. This is one of the deceptions. One of the greatest ones, painting the Son of God. Caesar Borgia was a LGBTQ, person, who loved his sister. I think he had sex with his sister, Lucretia. You dig what I'm saying? So that's the Son of God, knowing that he was a black man. Because you look on his feet, like Christ's foot was, was bronze, as if burnt in the furnace. Now, some might say I got the menorah here, right? Someone say this was bronze, right? But as if burnt in the furnace. So we put this in the furnace, and it go we was born at night, not last night, right? So it's going to turn darker. That's him, a black man. The Jews are black, so that's the deception of the world. Oh, God loves everybody, and it's for everybody. No, it's not. The American Constitution wasn't written for everybody, and it says all men were created equal. No, it wasn't when people was picking cotton when you wrote it. So you know what I'm saying? That was a lie. And this like the Bible, all men, when it says everyone or whatever, this is our book, right? But we're going to continue to read. Hold on. And he was cast into earth, and his angels were cast with him. And I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God. So what we just read now, being cast out, we got to destroy it. We don't get salvation until that dragon, that devil gets destroyed, being cast out. We don't get salvation until then. So that's what lets you know, okay, salvation, that must be an enemy. It is. It is. Hold on, I'm going to stop right quick. Let me get on here. That's when we get salvation. You know what I'm saying? Those that are oppressing us. You know what I'm saying? The salvation for blacks and Hispanics is rising up because we're at the bottom. We're at the bottom of the bottom. Even people, when you see on TV, who say you can feed this kid for 10 cents a month or 10 cents a week or whatever, they're doing better than blacks and Hispanics. You know what I'm saying? In totality. That's maybe that individual village or whatever. But that nation, they got an army. That nation, they got people. You know what I'm saying? They got their own money. they are free people for the most part. They might be doing bad. That's a free people. Or the people that's sent here to protect and serve us, we're scared of most time. You black, and you can have everything together. You can have a license registration. You don't even got to be smoking. You know what I'm saying? Doing any drugs. You got nothing on you. But when you see them disco lights, a small inch of fear come because that could be your life. It could be. And this is the same people sitting here to protect and serve us, right? You know, and then look at the history of what we got in this country. I mean, should we trust it? No. You know what I'm saying? They come over here, slave us. We got to catch up 400 or 500 years and still talk shit. I'm going to say it, though it might be rude in speech, but not according to knowledge, and still talk shit about us. Get a job, work. Man, get your foot off my neck. You dig what I'm saying? You know, and at this point right now, you know, those people, you know what I'm saying, they destroy a lot of us so much. Now we acting like them. We all into the LGBTQ thing when it wasn't real. And I'm not saying black people was never involved in it, but I mean, you know, I've seen a whole lot more LGBTQ brothers and sisters now. A whole lot more. You know, you see grays in my beard, so I'm not that young. I ain't that old either, so, but I'm not that young. So I remember the time that it wasn't all promoted all out there like that, right? But it's definitely promoted now. You understand? So the salvation that we definitely need, you know, just from our enemy, we don't get that until that dragon or those other nations. I'm proving right now. The other nations, you know what I'm saying, get their foot off our neck and be destroyed for real, or put in their place. You understand? So right now, to catch up, I just proved that we're the Israelites. Black folks are the Israelites. From Babylon to Timbuktu, the slave market is full of black Jewish slaves. We read that. Shows you in the Bible. You know what I'm saying? The correlated with the Bible, tied together. The Israelites went into slavery with ships. You understand? And I showed that salvation, we're not getting any salvation until we get above our enemies. We put our enemies in their place. And I'm gonna prove it through the Bible. We're gonna go to Luke. I'm gonna get Luke. I'm gonna get Luke 1. Luke 168, right? Through 71. And it says, Luke 6:7, blessed be the God of Israel, for he hath visited and redeemed his people. So the God of Israel, you know what I'm saying, the Lord God of Israel, God, you know what I'm saying, God is his people's Israelites. Because it said, for he hath visited and redeemed, and have raised up a horn. Remember the 10 horns of salvation for us in the house of David? That's what Christ is going to be. That's why horns are rulerships. As he spake by the mouth of his holy prophets, which have been since the world began. You know, meaning it's always been this way. You know what I'm saying? That we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. So that's in Revelation. That was just spiritual talk, the dragon and everything. You know what I'm saying? Now we're gonna get way specific of who hates us. And I'm gonna show y'all. Damn, I should have got the list. But it's 18 nations according to the Bible. Very few still go by the same names. You know, like Egypt. The Egyptians are here. They're probably not in their land. They in their land no more. Those are Arabs in the land of Egypt right now. You know, but all 18 nations are still on this earth. Esau, Israelites, people, you know what I'm saying, we lose on heritage and someone acting like Israelites, you know. But all 18 nations still in the Bible. And I'm gonna prove it real quick. I'm gonna show you those that hate us real fast. I'm gonna show you something. Hold on. Okay, I'm tripping. I'm gonna show you those that hate us real quick, all right? And this is a prayer that we always say in our school. We say every Sabbath day. We go Psalms 83. These The nations I'm about to read here in a minute, you know what I'm saying, is going to be, you know, the nation that hate the Israelites. And why we need salvation. We just read that the Most High God, you know, redeemed us and need to be saved for all our enemies, out of the hands of all our enemies, all that hate us. You understand? And during that was Luke, and during that time, you know, ironically, the children of Israel was under Roman captivity. You know what race the Romans are. And I just proved to you, you know what I'm saying, what race the Israelites are, right? So we're going to read Psalms 83:1. Keep not silence, O God, and hold not thy peace. And be not still, O God, for lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. Verse 3, they have taken crafty counsel against thy people and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. And that's what happened. You know what I'm saying? The slave trade was with I'm going to give the biblical names. The Ishmaelites was the Arabs, the Edomites, which is the so-called white man, you know what I'm saying? And the Hamites, you know, so the so-called Africans. They all conspired together. And I'm about to read it. They all conspired together to enslave the children of Israel, to take our inheritance, give us black, African-American, Afro-American, like a hairstyle can be, you know, just, you know, like give us a whole different names and things of that nature, right? You know what I'm saying? Name us. And we are the children of Israel. We're going to go, for they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against him, and they're all together with this. The tabernacles of Edom. What the tabernacle will be the house of Edom. Edom, biblically, and in this day and age, will be the so-called white man. The Ishmaelites, you know what I'm saying, the so-called Arabs. You know, that's why they push that Muslim and it's a sub-Saharan slave trade that we don't talk about. That, you know, that was, I think, lasted 1,400 years, you know, of Moab and the Hagarenes, Gebal and Ammon. So Moab and Ammon, you know what I'm saying, those are the Chinaman and the Japanese man. Amalek, you know, Amalek is. Philistines with the habits of Tyre, the Africans. Ashur also is joined with them. They have hoping the children of Lot, Selah. You know what I'm saying? So all these nations is against us. We just read in Revelations that, you know, the great red dragon, which is the nations with the 7 heads and superpowers coming out of Rome, and we don't get salvation until, like what Luke just said, until we get up under the hand of those that hate us. And that's what God redeemed us. I'm gonna continue more, right? But that's the only way we gain salvation is someone gonna have to come down and someone have to come up. You know what I'm saying? That's it, that's all. Is that simple? And stop sharing. You know. So that's the only way that we're gonna, you know what I'm saying, be saved from our enemies. Is, you know, we ain't gonna do it through power, we ain't gonna do it through war. You know what I'm saying? That's why Israelites, we know how we're gonna get it. Christ, just like we got into this trouble, is the same way we're gonna get up out of it. Meaning the Most High, like we read Deuteronomy. He said he's gonna send us. Now the hand he uses is the nations, but he put us in slavery because our disobedience. Because our disobedience, I'm gonna prove a little later. But that's how we got in this trouble. The same way we got in it is the way we're gonna get up out of it. Point blank, period. That's what's gonna have to happen. You know what I'm saying? We can't come together now for real. The Bible tells us in Zephaniah 2:1 to gather ourselves together. But you can't go to a bar with 30, 40 people without a fight breaking out. You know what I'm saying? Someone gonna get shot once a week in some of these spots. You know? So the only way we're gonna come together, man, like I said, we gotta get rooted into who we are first and foremost. We can't be sitting in a room trying to come up with a solution, and you got a crippled blood, a GD advice, or a Christian, a Muslim, a Hinduism, a atheist. That's not gonna work. Because that's none of us, man. We got to know who we are. Just like I'm gonna tell you, like when, let's say, Moab or the so-called Chinamen or so-called Japanese men come over here, they get Chinatown, or they stick together. They honor that Buddhist or whatever religion whatever they're doing, but they stick together. They're not coming joining Crips and blood gangs and trying. No, they sticking with their culture for the most part. Now I'm not saying that you don't see one Chinaman or whatever, acting, whatever. But for the most part, when they come over here, they stick together. And that's what we need to do, because they stick together because they rooted into who they are. Like picture a tree with no roots. What's going to happen when the wind blows? I mean, that's simple, right? You know. But the only way we're going to receive salvation is, you know, these other nations are going to have to fall. And then the Lord going to do that. I'm not saying we're going to do anything. The Lord going to do that because we're his people, like we just read. You understand? But I'm going to go to, let's go to Jeremiah. I mean, not Jeremiah. We're going to go to Isaiah first. Let's go to Isaiah. We're going to go verse 45. And I'm going to show y'all something, right? You'll notice that there's no other nation that's going to receive salvation because they don't need it. They don't need salvation. They in heaven right now. They can do whatever they want to do. We're going to go to verse 17. You know what I'm saying? Now, mind you, like I said, it's 18 nations according to the Bible. We just read a few of them in Psalms, right? You'll never see the word salvation. You know what I'm saying? And any other nation outside of Israel next to it, right? We're going to read verse 17. This is Isaiah 45 and 17. But Israel shall be saved in the Lord with the everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, a world without end. Now, this was really what Christ was quoting in John 3:16. So, for God so loved the world. The world, Israel's a world right here. So, you know, the world is just synonymous. You know what I'm saying? It's like an age of society of people like Sea World, Rap World. You know, in the rap world right now, Sidebar, we got Kendrick Lamar and Drake going in the rap world. They're going at it in their beats. So, this ain't the entire world. It's the word of Israel. Verse 18, for thus saith the Lord that created heavens, God himself that formed the earth and made it. He had established it and he created it not in vain, meaning, you know, like people say, people don't know the Bible, or the world going to get blown up and then there's going to be a new world. And no, you know, so the people who run this world are going to get took out of position, because that's heaven. Heaven is rulership. And the children of Israel come back into rulership, like during Solomon and David's time. That's it. But Christ's going to rule and rule forever. That's heaven. You understand? And so he created not in vain. He formed it to be inhabited. Like, he ain't going to blow it. He formed his word for us to live on it. Not for us to make, like if you built a house, right? You built the house, it's your house. And you got people staying in your house and they messing up your house, putting graffiti on the wall, punching holes in it. You going to just demolish the house, or you just going to kick them out? You're just going to kick them out the house, right? Fix it up. Excuse me. And then the house is going to be back to where you know what I'm saying, originally intended it to be. That's simple. Verse 18 continue. I am the Lord and there is none else. Right? Verse 19. We're going to read down to, excuse me. We're going to read down to 22. So 19. Excuse me. Read down to 19. I have not spoken in secret in a dark place of the earth. I said not unto the seed of Jacob, seek ye me in vain. I, the Lord, speak of righteousness. I declare things that are right. Like this is known throughout the earth, especially back then. Now is the end time. We don't know who the children of Israel is. That was prophesied. They're going to lose their inheritance and all that. But back then, you know what I'm saying, like not too long ago, the world, even now, like the elites know who the children of Israel is. Real children of God. That's why it's systematically planned for us. Like, think about it. You got shrimp, crab, and lobster. Like, if all it is, let me say this. If we come back, if all blacks and Spanish and Indians come back to these laws, that's when Christ will come back. You know what I'm saying? And that's when we'll rule. And they knew that back then. Like, if you ever read the Bible for real, once, like, the only way other nations can beat the children of Israel unless they start breaking the laws of God. You know what I'm saying? If we were doing thus saith the Lord, we'll win every battle, no matter what we have. And we know even sometimes the Lord will fight for us. Like the Lord took us out of the land of Egypt. We ain't lifted up one finger for real. You understand? And when I say we, that's us. And the next week I'm going to teach you on regeneration. Understand the we, because that was us. If you black and Hispanic, we was back then. We the same people. Because remember, there's no new thing under the sun, but I'm going to teach that next week. So we're going to continue. And like Most High said, yeah, he speak righteousness and declare things, right things, of course. Assemble yourselves. I mean, let's boot up, come back to the law, statutes, commandment, and come. Draw near together, ye that are escaped of the nations. There again, we are escaped of the nations. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna stop there. I'm gonna come back to this because escaped of the nations. I'm gonna come back to this real quick. Let me get back here. We're gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna get Amos. Amos real quick. Hey, shalom, brother. I'm gonna get Amos real quick. So we at the escape of the nations, right? Y'all see the theme was going on. We're gonna go Amos 9 and 9 real quick. Now we read now. You'll see the theme. Revelation was just talking about the great red dragon, the dragon of the military might of the nations, the seven heads or whatever, and the 10 crowns. That's the, the superpowers that came out of Rome. The crowns of rulership authority, crowns and horns. We just read in Luke about those that hate us. We read in Psalms, all the nations that hate us. We read in the historical book from Babylon to Timbuktu that the Romans was chasing the children of Israel to destroy them. Great slaughter, and that those were the people, those who got captured into slavery up north, those were the gladiators. That's why they put us in lions den, because they heard, oh, well, Daniel, Samson killed the lion, or underlived the lion, excuse me, TikTok. Samson underlived the lion. Daniel was put in lions den. Doesn't happen. Let's see what happened to y'all. Y'all Israelites, so we had to fight. But, so I can tell y'all, we came up out of that victorious for a minute. And that was the Byzantine Empire, but that's a whole other topic. Let's get back to Isaiah 45 and 17 when it says, those of us escape from the nations. This Amos 99, for lo, I will command and I will shift the house of Israel among all nations as corn is shifted in a seed, yet shall not the least grain fall upon the earth. You understand? I'm gonna go back to, so we're in many different nations. You understand? And the Lord's going to shift it from out of that. So let's get back to Isaiah 45 and 17. Let's get back there real quick. Let me get back there, Isaiah. So we're going to read verse 20 again. Assemble yourselves and come. Draw near together. We got to draw together, man. We got to quit. We're not each other's ops. You know what I'm saying? We family. And with Haitians, Jamaicans, the Hispanics, all with Taino Indian descent, or so-called black, we are all family. Ye that are escaped of the nations, they have no, hold on, forgive me. Yeah, ye are escaped of the nations, they have no knowledge that set up wood of their graven image and pray unto a God that cannot save. That's all the other nations, like the big Buddha statue, the Krishna statue. The children of Israel got a living God. The world knows it. You know what I'm saying? That's what they have no knowledge. These other nations that we're in, but yet we want to follow that. We want to follow a cross. We want to circle a rock. You dig what I'm saying? Well, all we need to do is come back to these laws, statutes, commandments. We got a living God. Our God fought for us, and our God punishing us right now. Because we want to eat shrimp, crab, and lobster, we want to be gang members, because we want to do all the drugs, and we want to be Yo Gotti mobsters. That's not us. Like, let's just keep it real if I could with y'all. The real gangsters, you know what I'm saying, is the oppressor. Y'all know who it is, those who got us in captivity. They take over lands. They'll strip you for your name and name you. Hey, I'm gonna tell you what your last name is. Jones, Williams. Where you get them last names from? That's gangster. We're gonna take who you are, act like them, give you a last name and tell you shut up and like it. That's gangster. We're gonna take your land, put you on a reservation, and tell you shut up and like it. That's gangster. That's not us. We need to quit being like our oppressor and be who we are, the children of God. You know what I'm saying? The real children of God. But we're gonna continue. It says, tell ye and bring them near. Yea, let them take counsel together who have declared this from ancient times. So we've been the children of God since ancient times, who have told it from that time. Have not I the Lord, and there is no God else beside me, a just God and a Savior. There is none beside me. Let me say, look unto me and be saved, all the ends of the earth, for I am God, and there is none else. So the only way we're going to be saved, we got to come back to God. It says, look unto me and be ye saved, all the ends of the earth. Now, that's why I brought out Amos. Before you say all the ends of the earth, that was most likely going to shift us from all nations. Because, like I said, it was 7 superpowers came out of Rome. You know what I'm saying? So we was, and I showed you in Psalms showed you that all the nations that hate us, that take a crafty counsel against thy hidden ones. You understand? So we got to, you know what I'm saying? The only way we're going to be saved is, you know, our enemy to be destroyed, and we got to come first. Well, first we need to come back to the Most High. Look unto me and be saved, all the ends of the earth. For I am God, and there is none else. You know, and the whole point. Now, if you go back to you scroll up here, we're just going to say all the ends of the earth. That's why I brought up what's his name? Amos 9:9. But the topic is Isaiah 45:17. But Israel shall be saved. You know what I'm saying? With the everlasting salvation. Ye shall not be ashamed nor confounded, a world without end. Right? We'll stop sharing. So it's that simple. We're definitely going to have to get back to these laws, get back to these statutes and commandments. We definitely have to get rooted into who we are. And we got to realize who our enemy is, realize the trick bag that they try to put us in, like Planned Parenthood. You know what I'm saying? That's a trick bag. Or you know, promoting, like I said before, promoting all this. Now, rap, like, there's nothing wrong with music, right? It's when you live out the music. Like, that's why, to me personally, it's a breath of fresh air, this rap beef is going on with Kendrick and Drake, because they're not going to hurt nobody. But that drill music, I know a couple guys that's down the ride for a homicide when the drama time, and then they actually lived those lyrics out. That's unaliving your brother. Like why do that? Like, this is just a sport, like playing football or whatever. And it's not even, it's a lot less physical sport than that. They just rapping. So that's why it's a breath of fresh air. But for us to be saved, we got to recognize who our enemies are. You know what I'm saying? And then we got to come back to these law, statutes, commandments, man. That's what it means. Look unto me. That's what I meant there. But let's get Jeremiah. We're gonna get Jeremiah. I think I want 3. Let me see. Yeah, we'll get Jeremiah 3. We're gonna just prove this. Jeremiah 3. Start at, I think, verse 18 real quick if I could. I think that's what I want. Yeah, Jeremiah 3:18. We're going to start here. Right? It says, in those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel. Now, the house of Judah, let me explain something to you. Like, we had 2 different kingdoms. You know, when David came, you had Judah, the Jews in this day and age are the so-called blacks, the Haitians, and the Jamaicans. Those are the Jews in this day and age. You know, the house of Israel, you know, that's a northern kingdom. You know, Judah was a southern kingdom. Northern kingdom are like the Native Americans, the so-called Latinos, the Cubans, the Puerto Ricans. Those not with, you know, saying the oppressors of the father. If you got a so-called Taino Indian or black, you know what I'm saying, so, you know, Taino Indian as a father, you know what I'm saying, that's who, you know, that's the children of Israel. Just like if I got a so-called white father, I'm not an Israelite, because you are who your father is. The man carries a seed. Right now, and our seed is living right now. Every man, you know, we planted inside a woman, you know, like the Mother Earth, the whole low-key concept kind of been out there. You plant inside a woman, and a woman carries a seed, but I plant my seed inside of a woman. That's how it goes. So you are who your father is. You know, like if you plant an apple tree, apple seed and in the ground in Russia, what's going to grow? You know, it might look different. If you take the same seed and plant it in Australia, in the ground, what's going to grow? It's not going to change. You dig what I'm saying? But we're going to continue. I'm going to start together. In those days, the house of Judah shall walk with the house of Israel, and they shall come together out of the land of the north. What is the land of the north? We're in the land of the north right now. That I given as an inheritance to your fathers. We're going to come out of that and go back to Israel. You know, but that's a whole nother topic, verse 19. But I said, how can I put you among the children and give you a pleasant land, a beautiful heritage of nations? And I said, you shall call me Father and not turn away from me. That's why Christ came. Christ came to kind of show us and teach us how to worship God. That's why, like in the Old Testament, you won't hear God referred to as the Father for the most part. You know what I'm saying? But that's what Christ said. Look at him as a father. You know, this is like all through the New Testament, you hear it a lot. Father, he teaches how to pray. But mostly you hear the Most High God, the Most High God. But you know, so you see Father here, but mostly it was husbands, metaphors. But God, Christ showed us you worship, like, look at God as your Father, and that's how you worship him. So, you know, he taught us that, and not turn away from me. Surely as a wife treacherously depart from her husband, so have you dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, says the Lord. So basically, you know what I'm saying? Like, what we mean by that is, like, biblically, it's like we wanted to go through all these other nations, serve all these other gods. That's like cheating on the Father, because he's our God. Like, he flexed his muscle and got us out of the land of Egypt. He fought for us. He let it rain manna from heaven. You understand? He went before us and allowed us to take over the land of Canaan, you know, the land flowing with milk and honey, and gave us our inheritance and put us above all nations on the face of the earth. But what we want to turn around and do, like there's no new thing under the sun, we want to become Muslims, knowing we ain't Arabs. We want to be Egyptologists, knowing ain't no Egypt. There's not one person in Egypt over there who rock with us. We want to become Christians, and knowing that everyone that you read, all these people are white people. Everyone is white. So if the God's for everybody, shouldn't it be a Chinaman? You know, if this is like, shouldn't it be a Russian? Shouldn't it be like, why everyone is white? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, that's what, you know what I'm saying? Like, start my inquiry, like, oh, man, hold on, man, this ain't, everything ain't, 2 and 2 is adding up to 17 and 16. It's not adding right. You know what I'm saying? And then so every religion was, like, it just didn't add right up, man. And that's us cheating. We want to be gang members. We want to be drug dealers. And when really we are a nation of kings and priests. That's who we are. And princesses, you know what I'm saying? So let's continue. So you have dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, said the Lord. A voice was heard on the desolate heights, weeping and supplication of the children of Israel, for they have perverted their way. They have forgotten their Lord. You know, and this is what's going on right now. They perverted their ways. They've forgotten their God. Return, you backstabbing children. This is what we need to do if we want salvation. I will heal your backslidings. Indeed, we do come to you, for you are the Lord your God. Now, it's truly in vain is salvation, hope for from the hills and from the multitude of mountains. So there's no salvation for anyone else. And it ain't like the salvation that we're talking about. We need now. Everyone's going to serve the Lord, every nation, because there's going to be a get down and lay down type of time. It's not going to be a democracy. It's not going to be a choice in a matter like, yeah, I'm going to be a Muslim. Well, no, you're going to serve the Lord and you're going to get unalive. It's that simple. Get down and lay down. You know, but it's the salvation we need, because we're the ones who broke the covenant with the Most High, and we're going to prove. I'm going to prove some more. We the ones that the enemies, you know what I'm saying, got us under their foot and using us right now. Like, you know, like our dollar don't even stay within our community. Of course, a lot of that got to do with us, but our dollar don't even stay within our community. We are destroyed people. So that's why we need to be saved. And at the end, I'm going to tie it all together. You understand? We're going to stop sharing that real quick. Stop sharing. You know, hold on real quick. So this is why we need to be saved, and we don't get. So notice too that you're gonna see it's a common theme. You're gonna see Israel and saved, Israel and saved, salvation, Israel. And when you get into a battle, you say, well, we say all people, and the Most High God, you don't have to say the Americans. Well, he's saying Israel by name. Picture if you got a picture, understand this. Picture if you got a wheel, right? And your name is Israel. And you know what I'm saying? You say, okay, Israel gets this. And the rest of y'all. The y'all is everyone else. So, no, picture you was part of the y'all. You'd be like, the y'all? Like, my father, this is my God, and he can't even say my name, what I get? It's just the y'all. No, or all the rest of y'all. You ain't going to feel no love. But he going to name his son Israel. Like, yeah, hey, Terry going to get everything. I'll take it, the house, the car, this, and the rest of y'all get whatever. Like, nah, you won't feel no love. That don't even make sense. Just like he took time to name the 12 tribes of Israel on the gates of heaven. If it was for everybody, salvation for everybody, he could have, the Edomites get salvation. The Philistines get salvation. No, y'all don't get salvation because God is God of Israel and none else. But let's just go to John 4. We're going to go to John 4 real quick. Drive home this point. That's why blacks, Hispanics, Native Indian man, woman, and child definitely need salvation. Do I got it? I don't think I have it. Oh, there. Hit in my face, ain't it? Okay, we're going to read John 4, and we're going to go to, we'll start at verse 19. Now, this is Christ talking to a woman, and what I want to show y'all here, what I want to show you here, right, is like there's like it's fake Israelites or it's fake Jews, the fake Jews over there, or it's the Jewish man over there that's running the land ain't the real Jew now, right? You know, and I'm gonna show you, even back then, it was in our land, it was fake Jews over there, right? We're gonna read right now. So this is the woman, the so-called Samaritan woman. The woman and talking to Christ. We'll start at verse 19. The woman said unto him, Sir, I perceive thou art to be a prophet. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is a place where men ought to worship. And let me pause. We're going to go back into the Old Testament. Like the Assyrians, when the northern tribe got took into captivity, the Assyrians came in that land. You know what I'm saying? And they dwelled in the land over there. So and they stayed there because, mind you, the northern tribe never came back to the land of Israel. You know, they actually came to the Americas. That's another topic. But how you know they wasn't in the land of Israel? Because in Christ's day, it was just the Jews there, meaning Benjamin, Levi, and Judah. Now, it was probably a little Gad, little Asher, little, you know what I'm saying, little northern tribes scattered here and there. But the majority, the bulk of the tribe was already gone, and really they came onto the Americas. That's another topic. That's why Gad, that's what the so-called Indian, when black people say, I got some Indian in me. Nigga, that's your, excuse me. Forgive me. That's your peoples. The Gadites, the Reubenites, those are black people. Look up black Indians. The Indians are black, you know what I'm saying, or darker hue. You understand? But let's continue. Our father, yeah. So the ladies was like, our fathers worship at this mountain. But so how is it that, you know, Jerusalem is the only place we're going to worship? Christ said unto her, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet in Jerusalem worship the Father. So understand this, if this was Israelite, he would not have told her that. Because that's what the Israelites supposed to worship. You understand? That's what the Israelites supposed to worship. You know? So he would not have told her that, but she's not Israelite. She's just taking on the role, the identity. That's how it's been going on. In verse 22. Christ said, ye worship, ye know not what. Like, you don't know what you worship. You don't know these guys. The forefathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, you don't know them. We're the Israelites. You understand? We know what we worship, for salvation is of the Jews. You understand? So salvation is of the Israelites. But the hour cometh And now is when the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him. Who are the true worshipers? So-called blacks, Hispanics, Native Indians. That's the true worshipers. The same, Christ will say the same thing what he just said then to all those over in Israel now. The so-called Jewish man. He didn't go, like if you've been paying attention, he didn't go into slavery with ships. Was sold into their enemies. 35, 45 sold. Who wasn't doing, you know what I'm saying? They didn't go through that. Who didn't, like when from Babylon to Timbuktu, black Jewish slaves, you know what I'm saying, ran into Africa and hid. And where they go, they went to East Africa, the west coast of Africa, and the southern Africa. The main thing, the reason why the slave market was full of black Jewish slaves, because on the west coast of Africa, it was this transatlantic slave trade. Do you understand? So it's just that simple. It's just that simple. You know. Yahweh Shem Hashai Barakatah, Cap. So that's what happened, you know what I'm saying? So again, that woman, the same way Christ talked to that woman, he was like, you don't know what y'all worship? The hour come, y'all ain't gonna be in here worshiping type of time, right? So now we're gonna see, you know what I'm saying? Now that we see that we need salvation, right? We need salvation. The only way we're going to gain salvation is our enemies. We got to get up under our enemy's foot. The way we do that is we got to come. Right? You know what I'm saying? The Most High said, draw nigh unto me. Come on. You know what I'm saying? We got to come back to our law, statutes, commandments. We can't be cheating on the Most High, figuratively speaking, by being Arabs, meaning being under the spirit of an Arab man, by being a Muslim or being an African. Being in the spirit of that, it's calling yourself an Egyptian, or I'm with Kemet. You know what I'm saying? We got to have the law, statutes. We got to have rank and order. We need this book. We got to come back to this book. That's the only way. This is our Constitution. This is the only way we're going to change this narrative, man. That's the only way. Like I said, when we see that you got to see the attack that's on us. You have to. Real music. You know what I'm saying? You got women sexy red pregnant and shaking her tail. And like, what? That's crazy. That's insane. Smoking weed, pregnant. Like this, it is horrible. Go outside, look at our youth. I mean, not just the youth. Look at our people. Forgive me. I'm not going to even put this on the youth. Look at all of us. We are a destroyed people. The only way we got to come back. I'm gonna teach you what happened. What happened? I'm gonna show you what happened real quick, right? I'm gonna go to Exodus. I'm gonna show y'all what happened, and this is what we need. And this is also now the salvation we need is because our enemies, make a tumult like we read in Psalms, but also we messed up with the Most High God. I'm gonna show you where we messed up at. We're gonna go to find what it is. With Exodus 24. We'll start there. '24, right? So and it said, and Moses said and he said unto Moses, come up to the Lord, thou and Aaron, Nadab and Abihu, and the 70 elders of Israel, and worship ye afar off. And Moses alone shall come near the Lord, but they shall not come nigh, neither shall thy people go up with him. So get close to the mountain. Let me give you some for context. This is the children of Israel. So Moses, led the children of Israel, but led the children of Israel out of Egypt. By the Most High God flexing his muscle for his people, because we ain't had to fight. Our God fought for us. He did, got us up out of there. So now, now we're trying to establish our nation. Now, how to establish nation? We need laws. We need statutes. We need commandments. Like the land that we live in now, they got laws called the Constitution. You know what I'm saying? Our laws, Black and Hispanic, is this right here, the Bible. Right? So this is what's going on now, just to give y'all some context. What's going on? Verse 3. And Verse 3, hold on. So yeah, the 70 elders, to help Moses, all the people to help Moses do his job, because at first it was just Moses by himself. We're going to go verse 3. And Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord have said, we will do. That's us. This is why we the last hired and first fired. This is why we got all the diseases, because in Deuteronomy, matter of fact, I'm gonna hold that. I ain't got this on my slide. Sure. I'm gonna go to verse. I should have put this on there. It just jumped in my head. I'm gonna go to real quick. So I'm gonna prove something to y'all. Deuteronomy 28. Okay, Deuteronomy 28 and verse. Let's read 28:1. This is the book of Deuteronomy 28 and 1. And it shall come to pass, if the Lord shall hearken, if thou shalt hearken diligently unto the voice of the Lord thy God, and to observe and to do all his commandments, which I command you this day, the Lord thy God shall set thee on high above all nations of the earth. So this is us in the wilderness. If we did thus saith the Lord, and this is don't eat shrimp, crab, and lobster, love thy brother, do these high holy days, that's it. If we was to do that, we was going to be high above every nation. Verse 15 says, we drop down to verse 15, but it says, but it shall come to pass, if thou shalt not listen or hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee. Now the curses is basically just look at our condition and understand that's a curse. This is also why we need salvation. We need to be saved from ourselves. That's why we need to come back to the Father. You understand? We the ones said that we was going to do, thus saith the Lord. Let's read. So I just want to read that for y'all so y'all understand really what's going on. And Moses, I'm going to read verse 3 again. And Moses came unto the people, and Moses came and told the people all the words of the Lord, all the words of the Lord, and all the judgments. And all the people answered with one voice and said, all the words which the Lord have said, we will do. So they agreed. That's a contract. They agreed. And Moses wrote all the words of the Lord and rose up early in the morning and built an altar under the hill and 12 pillars according to the 12 tribes of Israel. So now we about to make it, we about to tie it in. Now we said it with our mouths, but it's about to be tied in. We about to be locked in with the Lord now. You understand? And he sent young men of the children of Israel, which offer burnt offerings and sacrifice peace offerings of oxen unto the Lord. All right? Hold on. Verse 6. And Moses took half of the blood and put it in a basin, and half of the blood he sprinkled it on the altar. And hold on. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, all that the Lord have said we will do, we will. Let me start off. Verse 7. And he took the book of the covenant and read in the audience of the people. And they said, that they is us. You black and Hispanic man, that's they is us. This is why I know I'm better, I'm smarter, I'm stronger, I put in a lot of work, I try hard, I exert myself, but nothing's really working out. This is why we ain't got an army. We think even if you're living good, if you got a couple dollars, you might be doing all right, but you still in captivity. You only can do so much because we got entertained with billions. They probably did some real strange things for a piece of change, but we got enough money as black people to have our own country. But they never gonna allow us to get over them. You think Obama was a black man? Obama was an African. Let me tell you, his daddy was an African. His mother was a white man. Africans don't mess with you. They don't come over here and try to, they don't care nothing about us. Now, things that's going on with us, they'll tap into it if it can benefit them. But an African, in your heart of heart, when you say African, that's not the same. Like, they don't rock with us at all. And they'll tell you that, the real ones. And they tell you not our people, right? We continue. And he took the book of the covenant, read in the audience of the people, and they said, all all that the Lord have said we will do and be obedient. So that's us. We said we was gonna, you know what I'm saying, all the law, statutes, commandments. We said we wasn't gonna eat no shrimp. We said that to the Most High Power. We said we ain't gonna eat no lobster. We said we ain't gonna sleep with no one's wife. We said we're gonna keep your high holy days. We did this. You and I, literally you and I. You know what I'm saying? We the ones did this. So this is why we in this condition that we're in right now. Verse 8, and Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which the Lord hath made with you concerning all these words. Now that's through blood. We are locked in now. So that's why verse 15, it says, I'm going to read it again, Deuteronomy 15, 28 and 15. But it shall come to pass, you did this in blood now, that if thou wilt not listen or hearken unto the voice of the Lord thy God, to observe to do all his commandments and his statutes which I command thee this day, that all these curses shall come upon thee and overtake thee, because we did this in blood. We told the Most High God we was going to do that. We did that, right? That was us, you know. So this is why Christ had to come. Stop sharing. Stop sharing real quick. So understand, you know, we was tied in, blacks and Hispanics. Mind you, let's recap. I like, because when I like to teach, I like to recap. We read from Babylon to Timbuktu, a historical book that showed that it was over 1 million Jews ran in Africa, right? Hiding from Roman persecution. You know what I'm saying? And the slave market was full of black Jewish slaves. Meaning, you know what I'm saying, not just right then, but, you know, because he wasn't there back then, but, you know what I'm saying, he went there, you know what I'm saying, got the history of it. So on the west coast of Africa, it was called something called the transatlantic slave trade. That was the transatlantic slave trade that happened, right? So we read in Deuteronomy, you know what I'm saying, that Deuteronomy 28:68, that the children of Israel sold into slavery with ships. So what race of people, again, that's known throughout history was sold into slavery with ships? The so-called black man, so-called Hispanic man, you know, the so-called the Native Indian, they were sold first. We, the so-called black Hispanic Native Indians, we came late. We was the last ones, so-called black people on the west coast of Africa. The Taino Indians, the so-called Gadites, so-called Reubenites, or the northern tribes, some of the northern tribe of Israel, was sold first. You know, y'all know that history. But we read that in Revelations that the only way we're going to get salvation is our enemies basically be destroyed, to get cast out. We showed who our enemies was in Psalms. You know what I'm saying? We showed that, you know what I'm saying, we have enemies and Christ would come to redeem us from our enemies in Luke, right? So and basically we just read that we was tied in. We was locked in through, you know what I'm saying, through a covenant. Through blood, we said we will do everything. And we just read, and also we read in Deuteronomy that the Lord thy God said, if you don't do everything that he says you're going to do, all these curses are going to come upon thee. So we're going to read with Christ out of Christ's mouth. We could have started with this first, and I'm going to show you why. You know, we're going to read Christ's words real quick. And this is Christ's own words. This is who Christ came for. This is Matthew 15:24. And it reads, Christ said, but he answered and said, I am not sent. Well, look, for a little bit of context, I should have put the 22nd verse on there. You know, I'll probably do that. I'm gonna go ahead and get the 22nd verse. Hold on. Matthew 15. Matthew 15. Let's see right now. Hold on. Let's start at verse 22nd. The 22nd verse. And it's Matthew 15 and 22. And behold, a woman of Canaan came out of the same coast and cried unto him, saying, so Canaan is the land of Africa. I believe she was a Greek, though. Syrophoenician. But anyway, it's not an Israelite. It's not Israelite. So have mercy on me, O Lord, thou son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with a devil. So she needed help. You know what I'm saying? Something's wrong with her daughter, obviously. Now look what Christ did. Christ loved everybody. But he answered her not a word, so he ignored her. And his disciples came and besought him, saying, send her away, for she cried after us. And like, man, tell her, get on. Saying Blackfoot, get off where you get spit on. Or move around, catch fire, kick rocks. This is Christ saying. All she did is, all she said is, listen, this is all she said. I'm going to read it again. She said, oh, have mercy on me, oh Lord, thy son of David. My daughter is grievously vexed with the devil. She ain't disrespect him at all. She begged for help. You did? And he answered not a word, and the disciple said, man, tell her to kick rocks, move around, get somewhere. You got something to do. And verse 24, verse 24, he said, but he answered and said, I am not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. That's what he said. He was not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna stop sharing. I'm gonna grab Luke again. Grab Luke again real quick. This is why he said this. Blessed be the Lord. This is Luke 1, verse 6 say, blessed be the Lord God of Israel. He hath visited and redeemed his people. The Lord God of Israel, Christ said, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Why? Because he hath raised up a horn of salvation for us in the house of David. So the horn of salvation is Christ. Like the Revelation said, the 10 horns is rulership. You know what I'm saying? So Christ is that horn. And Christ was the one going to save, to save us. He was sent to us. In verse 71, that we should be saved from our enemies and from the hand of all that hate us. So that's why Christ was like, I'm not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel, right? And this is why, real quick. And this is why we're gonna go to Hebrews. Let me get Hebrews real quick. And mind you, we read in Exodus that Exodus 24, 1 through 7, that we made a deal with the Most High through blood, right? By blood, we made that sacrifice. We said we're gonna do everything, and whatever we said, we're gonna do just that. All these laws, all these statutes, all these commandments, we're going to keep. We said it. We said everything we would do. So, and then the Lord warned us that if we don't do it, we're gonna fall upon these curses. Well, what happened? We fell upon them curses. You know what I'm saying? Like in Revelations, the heads of the nations, that had us, in captivity. We can just go through. The Egyptians had us in captivity. I think the Babylonians had us in captivity. These might not be in order, so forgive me. The Persians had us in captivity, and the Medes came along, and they joined together. The Medo-Persians had us in captivity. Who else? Everybody had us in captivity for a little bit. I think a little Moab for a little bit, a little Ammon a little bit, but it's in the Greeks. The major captivities the Greeks had us, and the Romans. And the same Romans that's alive now, it was back then, is the Romans right here in America. Still got us in captivity, right? So, that's what's going on. And, we need to be redeemed. You dig what I'm saying? So we are messed up the covenant. We broke that by blood. And Christ said in Matthew 15:24, he was not sent but unto the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know what I'm saying? This is also why we need to be saved, because also not only for my enemy, but for the covenant that we broke, that we made with the Most High. So we're gonna get Hebrews 9 and 15. Oh, no, excuse me. Okay, hold on. Hebrews 9 and Hebrews 9:15. And for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament, that by means of death for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament. Now, we just read, we was under the first testament through blood. We read that in Exodus 24. You know what I'm saying? Through blood, we said we was going to do everything. Moses sprinkled the blood on the children of Israel. And he read us the law. Then through blood, we said, we're going to do all that. We agreed to that. We made that covenant with the Lord. Now we broke that covenant because understand the mediator, for this cause he is a mediator. The mediator is Christ. You know, a mediator is like a middleman, someone who two parties got an issue, a mediator steps in and, you know what I'm saying, trying to resolve the issue the best way possible. Now the two parties is the Most High God and the children of Israel. We was at odds because what we read in Jeremiah, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let's get back to that real quick. And we're gonna come back to this, y'all. We're gonna come back to this. I want to get Jeremiah again, though, just to show y'all something. Real quick. So the problem is the Most High God, you know, he fought for us. God's out of, you know what I'm saying? Well, he made a covenant to Abraham on the Isaac and Jacob, but so he filled his role. We didn't fulfill ours. So that's the issue here. You know what I'm saying? That's why Christ is the mediator. And what is the issue? This is going to tell us right here. There's many of them, but we just brought it out. He says, we're going to start. Sure. We'll start verse 20. Surely as a wife treacherously departs from her husband, so have you dealt treacherously with me, O house of Israel, saith the Lord. A voice was heard. So basically, I'm going to break that down. Like I said before, instead of doing the thing that we said we was going to do, we wanted to go out, and I'm going to make it practical. We wanted to be, like I said, a Muslim. We wanted to, you know what I'm saying, be a drug dealer. We wanted to gangbang. We want to do everything besides what the Lord told us to. We want to eat these shrimp, crab, and lobster, knowing we said we weren't going to do it, and it's against God. We want to get all these different religions, be a Buddhist. We want to be a Moor. We want to be a what else, black folks? Egyptologist, a Christian, instead of, you know what I'm saying, being an Israelite and serving the Lord like we said we was going to do. So we're going to drop down to verse 22. Return, you backsliding children, and I will heal your backslidings. You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Like, that's what we did. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to get back to we're going to get back to Hebrews. Where's it at? Hebrews 9 and get back to that. Where's it at? Let me get back to that real quick, break that down. So that's what happened. I'm going to start all over. So now we understand that the Most High God, he fulfilled his role through Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I'm saying? He gave us, you know, law, statutes, commandments, you know, so abide by them. We said we was going to do them, but we didn't. So now it's two parties at odds. So, and for this cause, he is the mediator of the New Testament. And we're going to read about the New Testament in a second, but Christ is the mediator for this New Testament because we broke the old one. We broke it by being backsliders and all that, right? That by means of death for the redemption of the transgressions that were under the first testament. Who was under the first testament? Only the children of Israel. We done broke it. This is me that, like, you know what I'm saying? The children of Israel broke that, so he had to come and mediate. They which are called might receive the promise of eternal inheritance. So Christ had to come. This is why Christ had to. Well, let me just do this. Should get the next verse. I'm gonna get the next verse on there for you. Try to explain what I was about to say. Let's explain what I was about to say. Verse 64, where a testament is, there must also of necessity be the death of the testator. You know what I'm saying? Like by blood, you know, so we made that covenant, and blood of goats ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? All the sins we did, you can't sacrifice a goat. You know what I'm saying? to clean the sin that we was doing. You know what I'm saying? Like our sin was so high, it was like, and then we were playing the Lord, like how we was playing it. We like, okay, let's say, man, I like shrimp. I know I ain't supposed to eat it, but I'm going to eat it, and then I'm going to just go. I know I ain't supposed to mess with this woman. You got a man. I got a couple lambs over here I can throw away, so I'm going to go ahead. But that's how we were playing it. You dig what I'm saying? So it's like, no more sacrifices. So that's why Christ had to come be a mediator for the children of Israel. So we can get right where we're wrong at. So basically, so we can receive salvation. Hold up, let me real quick, let me grab something. Then we're gonna end class. I'm gonna bring something else out real quick. Or if I could. Let me see. No, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's the angle I want to go by. I'm gonna bring out, you know what I'm saying, the end game. Hebrews 8. Hebrews 8 and Hebrews 8 in the same. Oh, snap. So this is the end game. Hebrews 8 and 8. For finding fault with them, he said, behold, the days come, saith the Lord, when I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. Not according to the covenant which I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand and led them out of the land of Egypt, because they continue not in my covenant, and I regard them not, saith the Lord. So there's a new covenant being made, like I said, because we broke it. You know what I'm saying? We said we were going to do it through blood. We broke it. You know what I'm saying? Christ came, you know what I'm saying, to redeem us back unto the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Not only from those that hate us, but also the covenant that we broke to make a new covenant. For this the covenant that I'll make, let me continue. For this the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, so that I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their heart, meaning the laws, you know what I'm saying? Hold on, let me read it again. For this is the covenant I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my laws in their mind and write them in their hearts, and I will be to them a God, and they shall be a people to me. So basically, when it's talking about writing them in their mind and their hearts, it's going to be like we're going to want to do it. We're going to want to do it. We're going to know it. Okay, I'm just going to do it like this here. Like we ain't got to be forced to do it. We're going to love doing these laws, statutes, commandments. I'm going to stop right there. I'm going to go to Jeremiah, because this was Paul. Well, the writer of Hebrews, some say it was Paul. We can't really say it was necessarily Paul saying that. But that's the new covenant. We're going to get a new covenant, because, of course, we broke the one that we made with the fathers, like you said. We told them we was going to, through blood, we got you. We lied. We wanted to be like the heathen. I'm going to go to Jeremiah 31. We ended after this right here. Jeremiah 31. I think it's going to go down to the 31st verse. So this is what the writer of Hebrew was quoting. It says, Jeremiah 31:31 is where I'm starting from. Behold, the days come, saith the Lord, I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah, not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand and bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith the Lord. Remember, we tied it into Jeremiah. He was like, we were a treacherous wife. We said we was going to do it. We didn't. We broke the covenant. We said we was going to do it through blood. And now we're in these curses. But check this out. This is the end game. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them. Hold on. Verse 33, I apologize. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith the Lord. I will put my law in their inward parts and write them in their hearts. And I will be their God, and they shall be my people. And they shall teach no more every neighbor every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, know the Lord, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them. Now, it's not saying we ain't going to teach no more. There's going to be teaching going on. Like a baby ain't going to be born just knowing how to read, write. No, you're going to be teaching. What this is saying is, like, that's going to be the law of the land. You're going to, it ain't going to be like, you know what, I should serve the Lord. Nah, you know what, I'm going to go with Christian with all them 35 arms. Nah, that's not going to happen. You ain't going to have to be, no one going to tell you, hey, man, it's Passover. You better be the Passover. But that's your issue. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, you don't eat that pork. Everybody going to know. That's what that's meaning. You know, that's going to be the law of the land. Saith the Lord, saith the Lord, for I will forgive their iniquities, and I will remember their sins no more. You know, and I was going to put this exclamation point that so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American men, woman, and child, that we always are the children of God. We always was and always will be, even though we lost right now, calling ourselves black or Crip, calling ourselves Jamaican or Haitian, calling ourselves Mexicano and MS-13. You understand? Like, you know, we always will be and always are going to be the children of Israel. And I'm going to read, this is what the Most High God, how much Most High God loves us. Check this out. Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If these ordinances depart from me, meaning the sun, like what the ordinance that he just said, if the sun departs, if the moon departs, all that, you know, he don't got control of these, the sea no more. If these orders depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me. Verse 37, thus saith the Lord, if the heavens above can be measured and the fountains of the earth stretched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith the Lord. Now, can you measure the heavens? You know, who measured the sky? We can't measure that. So we will always be the children of God, man. What we need to do is come back to the law, statutes, and commandments. That's it. That's all. Right. Yeah, right, Cap. You know, so what we read, this recap real quick. We started, you know what I'm saying, again, from Babylon to Timbuktu to prove who the Israelites are. Page, let's get it. Just let y'all see it one more again. Just one more again. Real quick. This is from Babylon to Timbuktu. Oops. Oh, there you go. From Babylon to Timbuktu. It's this book right here. It's a must get. Definitely a must get. You should get this book. Let me put y'all right here. Show you some books you should get. You should have the Zondervan. This is a starter kit. This is nothing but as an Israelite, if you want to know something, get the Zondervan Bible Dictionary. Get this. This is another book that I could have brought out. You know what I'm saying? The Black Image and the White Mind. And you need the Apocrypha. This is just a starter kit. Once you got this, then you got a starter kit. You understand? It's an Israelite starter kit. You know? So we read right here that, like, if you look at the last line, if y'all can see it, the slave market is full of black Jewish slaves. This is what happened. We've also read in Deuteronomy 28. We read in, I'm just going to bring this out, and then I'm going to talk the rest. We read in Deuteronomy 28:68. I'm going to quit sharing. Tied it in with that in Deuteronomy 28:68. You know, we showed you in Revelation that who are the enemies is. The only way we're going to, the children of Israel, we're going to receive salvation is that our enemy must fall. You know, our enemy got to fall. You know, we showed that, you know, we have enemies. The children of Israel have enemies, and that's who we need to be saved from. And also, we broke the covenant. And Christ needed to, you know, he came to redeem it. So we need to come back to the law, come back to the covenant, and do thus saith the Lord. You know, so that was a Wednesday night law class. You know what I'm saying? We need to be saved. I'm gonna read the announcements real quick for brothers and sisters. If you want to get into school, things you need to do. This is a security now. This is a security announcement. We are the ISUBK, started out 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. These are rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only because they are here to share themselves with the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, though, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to be married. Tithes, which is a commandment, is in Numbers 18:21 and Malachi 3:8-10, means 10th in the Hebrew of Masharah, 10% of every increase the Lord gives you. The free will offering for the priest is not mandatory, whatever amount you would like. The upcoming holy convocation. Oh my goodness. The upcoming holy convocation is, I think, a Feast of First Fruits. And that's 50. Well, we got about 2 weeks. About 36 days, a little over a month until that happens. I ain't got the correct date, so forgive me. Yes, upcoming convocation. And if anyone wants to be a trooper though in the school, if you're a sister, just find ISUBK, whatever city you're around. You can hit me up on TikTok, inbox me if you want. If you're a sister, if you're a brother as well, hit me up. But as a brother, if anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, you got to start wearing all black. That means boots, shirts, pants, headbands, and scarves. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this live TikTok. So with that, shalom TikTok. I'll let y'all in a minute. All right. And I'll show you. So with that, we're going to say a mantra. We're going to say the Lord's Prayer. Upon your hockey down, you turn and face the east. Let me fix this camera. Shalom, brother. Shalom, priest. We're going to read Abanawa, Shabbat Shemayim, Kadash, Hayah, Shimka, Yahweh. Malawaka, Taba'ah, Batazaka, Hayah, Aisha, Baradasa, Kawa, Hayah, Bashemayim, Latandanawa, Lakam, Kal, Yawam, Wasalaganawa, Kabawaknawa, Kasalaknawa, Kabawakinawa, Wala'ah, Taba. Yana Banasai one ball Hawashna Mayan Ra Kaya Maka Hamalakwa Wa'ala Watapara La Awalam Aman. And what we said in the English is, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, Yahweh. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, power, and glory, ever. So be it. Come on. Sorry, Mr. Turn. Give a salute to my brothers. Yahweh Hashem Yahshua brought a thumb to the brothers. Yahweh Shamar Yathan by Hashem Yahweh to the sisters. Shalom, Israel.